right, let's dive right into this explainer. We look at the modern world and absolutely marvel at how vast and complex it is. But really, everything we build, from tiny little towns to massive, bustling cities, has a beginning rooted in one incredibly foundational concept: simple machines. Think about it for a second. How do we actually build those sprawling cities? Or better yet, go to the moon? Our absolute grandest achievements, like Carl Benz's first motor wagon, or the era-defining Apollo moon landing, well, they didn't just happen out of nowhere. They happened because we figured out how to do ridiculously heavy work efficiently. We needed tools to multiply our human effort to pull off the impossible. So what exactly is a simple machine? Well, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's a tool with very few moving parts that lets you do way more work with significantly less effort and energy. Whether you're hoisting a giant sail to cross the ocean or lifting a heavy object on a construction site, these tools are basically our secret force multipliers. They just make our work infinitely easier. Okay, let's open up the first category in our toolkit. Section 1, the movers. This covers planes, wheels, and levers. To really understand how we traverse vast spaces and shift massive weight around, take a wild guess at how much one of those giant dump trucks weighs. The massive ones you see down in deep quarries. They come in at a staggering 628 tons. Guys, that is literally over 1,000,000 pounds. How on earth do we possibly move that kind of extreme weight effectively? Well, this brings us to our first mover, the inclined plane. Or, as you probably know it, just a simple ramp. It helps a massive machine like that 1,000,000-pound dump truck get from a lower level to a higher level with the greatest of ease. Instead of lifting straight up and fighting gravity directly, the ramp just spreads all of that immense effort out over a longer distance. And the sheer utility of the inclined plane totally transcends time. It's actually crazy to think about. But the exact same simple machine that ancient builders likely used to slide huge stone blocks up to construct the pyramids of Giza is the very same machine that allows a person in a wheelchair to easily pop up over a curb or glide into a modern multi-level building today. It's an elegant, ancient solution to an everyday physical barrier. Next up is arguably the undisputed greatest machine of all time, the wheel and axle. It's used all over the world for almost everything that moves. Planes, trains, automobiles, wagons, scooters, pickup trucks, you name it, they rely entirely on this mechanism. Just imagine trying to ride a bicycle with square wheels. Not gonna get you very far, right? But hey, the wheel isn't just for point A to point B transportation. It allows artisans to efficiently spin clay into really beautiful ceramics, just like my friend Mr. Potteryman making a large cereal bowl. That continuous circular motion is totally foundational for global manufacturing and artistry alike. Moving on to our third mover, the lever. Archimedes famously claimed, "Give me a fulcrum and a place to stand, and I shall move the earth." The lever grants us the incredible advantage of leverage. Depending on where exactly you place that pivot point, you can move insanely heavy objects using just a tiny fraction of the necessary force. And you don't even have to look hard to find them in your own life. You probably have 3 types of levers surrounding you right now. Think about the simple scissors in your desk drawer, or a pair of pliers in the garage. Even the very arm and elbow you use to swing a baseball bat is a biological lever at work. Or, if you head to a playground, a teeter-totter is a perfect, highly entertaining example of a lever in action. Alright, let's move right along to Section 2. The builders. That's wedges, screws, and pulleys. So, if the first group was all about moving things horizontally, these are the tools of construction, piercing, and vertical lifting. We start with the powerful wedge. Think of it as basically a moving inclined plane. It's incredibly strong, letting you effortlessly split heavy logs of wood or chop vegetables and steaks with a standard kitchen knife. On a simpler scale, it's exactly what you use as a doorstop to firmly keep a heavy door wedged open. Even a tiny metal nail is just a small but massively important wedge used to pierce wood and lock it together. There we have the screw. Believe it or not, it's actually a simple machine all by itself. It's essentially an inclined plane wrapped around a central core. We use it for absolutely everything. Drilling holes, attaching heavy items securely to our walls, sealing a beverage bottle with a twist-on cap, and even traversing heights using elegant spiral staircases. It seamlessly turns rotational force into forward locking movement. Now, staring at all these fantastic spiral shapes naturally brings up a very important, highly scientific question. What about curly fries? Do they count in our toolkit? Okay, spoiler alert, they are definitely not machines. And honestly, they're just making me hungry right now. But they do perfectly mimic that cool screw shape. It's just a great, tasty visual reminder of how the specific geometry shows up literally everywhere in our daily lives. Moving right along, the last of all our simple machines, but certainly not least, is the pulley. A pulley is essentially a wheel with a groove along its edge, specifically designed for a rope or cable. By looping a rope through a couple of pulleys, you essentially grant yourself superhuman vertical strength. It drastically reduces the effort it takes to hoist something straight up into the air. And the true beauty of this technology is how wonderfully scalable it is. The exact same principles used to gently hoist supplies up to a treehouse are what allowed towering cranes to construct massive skyscrapers all over the world. It's also the hidden mechanic behind those fast, fun elevator rides we take every single day in high-rises. It's all just pulleys and ropes doing the heavy lifting. And that brings us to Section 3, the synthesis, combining the simple machines. So what happens when you actually start snapping these building blocks together? Well, you unlock complex machinery. This is where human engineering truly takes off. You don't even need a motorized engine to see this synthesis in action. Take a standard garden shovel, for example. It perfectly combines two simple machines. You have the long lever handle that gives you the mechanical advantage for lifting heavy dirt, combined seamlessly with the sharp wedge blade at the bottom for piercing the tough ground. Two simple machines working in perfect harmony to get the job done. By stacking these 6 foundational tools together, the inclined plane, wheel and axle, lever, wedge, screw, and pulley, human ingenuity gives us some truly amazing complex things. It gives us cars, airplanes soaring through the sky, thrilling roller coasters, and the modern bicycle, which masterfully utilizes wheels, levers, and pulleys all at once to get you moving at high speeds. So, I'm going to leave you with a little assignment today, and it's a fun one. Look closely at the world around you right now, wherever you're sitting or standing. How many of these hidden mechanics can you identify hiding in plain sight? Is your chair on wheels? Is your laptop screen acting on a hinge lever? Once you understand the toolkit, you start seeing the mechanics behind the magic everywhere you look. So what simple machine are you going to use next to change your world?